Okay, so now we have done all the movement of loose parameters into the correct node groups. And the next step when you do a cleaning is to find the workflow, the layers that we have built so it follows a logical order. Don't know if you notice it, but I started with like the base layer, the color of the lantern, and then I added some dust, then I added some dirt, then I added a awareness and scratches on the surface and so on, all in a logical layer way, so to say. And I would like the nodes to represent that so you easily can follow every layer that you have on this lantern. So we will start with the bottom layer, which is the color material, and the color material should be talking to the dust material. So you get some information from the color material that you then will use in the dust to be able to create the dust. And in most cases you send information about the color and then you mix those together. So you have a color output here. So I think this will be this one. Instead of having it outside here, you can then take the color from the color material, put it into the dust and mix it with the dust color inside here and get like a result color out from this dust here instead of mixing it outside. Then you get rid of this and you also get the natural workflow or flow for the layers from the color material into the dust and then to the dirt and so on. So we start with that. So I take this one, press Ctrl C, and then I just go to the dust and press Tab, and then I press Ctrl V, and somewhere here we then have it. So what we have here is the color in, that is the dust color and the material color. If you are uncertain here, then you can just go press Tab again and check the dust color. You can see, okay, it was like that color. Then you know, okay, it looks like this. Then you go to Tab again. So this was the dust color. Okay, then you just connect the dust color into this. And you can take this into the dust color. So then that is settled. But then we have one left here. And that will be the color that we got from the material. So we can put that in here and call that material color. So then we know that that is the input. So then we have that. And we then need to mix it. And I think we mixed it with value, but we can be certain just by look again. So we press Tab and go out and see how did we mix those two together. Yes, by using the value. So value will be the factor for the mix here. So we can select the dust again, press Tab, and now we can be certain that the value comes from here. So we just put that in here and we get a color out, but that will not be the dust color. That will be the result color, so to say. We can call it something else, but I use result color here. And then we know that we have now mixed the material color and the dust color and got the result color out. So now we don't need that mix on the outside. So I can just press Tab again and be checking where we go with this. And this goes to the color 2 here. So I just take away it from the color 2 and I take the result color directly into color 2 here, and I can take away this. And now you can see that my lantern got all white, and that is because we have not put in the material color here, and that we get from this color here. So we just put that in and now everything is back, and we also have a good flow from the color material into the dust material here. From the dust we was going to the dirt, so now we just have to find the dirt, and I think it's down here somewhere. Yes it is, so I take it up here, and then I believe that we have some dirt color out, so we followed that line. See if we can find it. It should be this here. So here we mixed then the result color with the color that we get from the dirt color, and the dirt color is in this case color 1 here, so that's good to know. And we can also check the factor, and we use the dirt factor here. So dirt color, color 1, dirt factor, factor. Okay, and this comes from the result from the dust. So now we take this one, press Ctrl C, go in here, and press Tab, and then press Ctrl V, so we have it somewhere very far away here. And as I said, the dirt color was color 1, so we just put the dirt color in here, and then we can put the dirt color out here. And then as a factor, we use the dirt factors. We can use that for the factor here, and it comes from the result here. And the only thing left is the color 2, so we just add that as an input here, and that was the result color. So we just name this to result color like that, and then we have everything inside here. And now we can press Tab again, and I can now take the result color that we get from this one in here to the result color here. And now I don't need this because all of that is now inside here. Only thing I need to know is where it leads to, and I think it leads to this one here. So you can see it goes to color 1. So then I can just take the dirt color out here to color 1, and I don't need this anymore. So can remove that and still have the same here. I can change this to result color as well. So I go to dirt and press Tab, and I just go to the dirt color in the end and call that result color as well. So then it's easy to see that it's not the same as the dirt color. So we get the result color, got the result color out, and then we have the last one here that is lighten, and that should then be connected to easy to reach, but it's also connected to scratches. And I don't think that any of these have like higher priority than the other one. It's all on the surface, so I think we can group these together. So we just select both of these and then press Ctrl G to create a new group. And here we just drag exponent out here, edge value out here, we can use the roughness out here. We don't have anything on the scratches. I think that's wrong, so I press Tab when I selected. If you select this and press Tab, you come out here, but if you press Tab on this and then select the node group inside, then you come to that node group. So now I go to scratches by selecting that one, pressing Tab, and here we have it. And we have 2 parameters that I would like to have out here. So this scale here will be then scale first scratches. And then we have this one, and that will be scale for second scratches. So we can control them in some way. And then I can press Tab, and now I can see, so select group input, press Tab, and then I can select scale first out here and scale second out here. So now we have that out. So now we have easy to reach edge out, we have scratches out, then we have some values out here. But now I can just press Tab to see where everything leads, and this node group we can just call for scratches. So scratches here, or I can call it edge where and scratches. So then we know that it contains both of these things. And then we have a value out here, and those 2 factors, they are just going to this maximum here. So I can just take that out as well, or in this. So Ctrl C, and then this, and then Ctrl V. See if I find it. That was this one. So I used that one and I used this one, and then I got this value out. That was a color factor, so we can just change this to color effect, so we know that this is inside now. Press tab, because then we can take that away and just use this one instead here to make that happen. And now my goal here is of course to put this as well into this one. So to make that happen, I need to color inputs into this. So I need a result color from that one, and I also need the metallic color from this one. So then I do like this, that I go to this edge where and scratches, and I press tab, and then I can, now I do like this, I take the lighten here, press Ctrl C, go to here and press tab, and then press Ctrl V, because then I get this for free, so to say. So then we have one color here and one color here, and we get some type of color out. And now it's obvious that it's the color factor that we should use as a factor, so we can connect that directly to the factor here, and we can take away the color factor here. So select that and just press the checkbox or the cross here, so we don't have it anymore. So now we have mixed it, and we have two colors, and we can now connect them with this. So I can go back, pressing tab, check this lighting here. The first color was the result color, so I put that up here, and I can call that result color. Go back, and in the lighten here, in the first color, I call that, no, in the first one here, so color 1. Color 1, I call that result color. So, and then we check what the second one was. And the second one comes from metallic color here. So that is the one that should go here. And then we can name that. So go to edge where and scratches again, press tab, and color 2 will then be metallic color. So now we have two input, we know what it is, and then we have an output here, that is the result color. So we change that to result color. And all we have to do now is to use the result color instead of this one to get the output here, because right now you can see it's not correct here. But if we take the result color from the last one to the base color here, and we are back to normal, and we don't need this anymore. So now we have removed that as well, and now we have a good flow, because now we have going from the color material to the dust, to the dirt, to the edge wear and scratches. And we have started now with all the colors here, so it's easier to see where everything is going. And since we have done this, then it's easier for us to add all the other stuff like metallic and roughness and so on, instead of having it outside here, because we do stuff with it. We add a lot of stuff here, and then finally we get it to be on the correct place here. So for instance, we take information here about the metallic parameter to the factor of edge wear here to use that as a metallic. So that the top factor here should then be called metallic, and we should also have an input here that is this metallic parameter here. And if we put the metallic parameter as an input and we put that add in here, then we can change this to metallic, and we can drag that directly to the metallic here. So let's do that as a first step here now. So we needed the metallic parameter, so we add that in here. So I press tab, and we should have like an add in the end, so I can press Shift A and convert the math, and I do an add here with the clamp that we had on the outside. So I could do this Control C and Control V, but we can do it like this as well. And then I can take from the first parameter here, and that should be the metallic parameter. So I go down and I select here and write metallic parameter like that. So now we know that this is that, and sooner or later we should have something out. We use this factor, the top factor, as a metallic out, if I don't remember wrong. So we can take this to this, and we can take that to bottom here and call that metallic. And in fact, we don't need to use an add here. It's always better to use just a maximum to combine those two. So we don't increase it more than this, because what we want to have here is that when we add the metallic here, we will have a maximum of the value that we have inside here, because this value is higher than the value that we get from the metallic parameter from the color material. So the maximum from here will be the correct way to use it. Instead of adding the old value and putting another value in here, it will be too much in some cases. So now we really don't need a clamp, but we have it left anyway. So now we go out, tab, see if we can use this. So we use the metallic parameter that we get out and put that directly into here instead. And then we have the metallic out here, which then is a combination that we already have here. So we don't need that. We can take the metallic directly here and take away this one. So now we have taken away that, and we have solved it in a good way, because now we only get from one direct to the other one without having extra nodes on the outside. So the metallic is fixed, the base color is fixed. Now we have a lot of roughness here. Perhaps we can fix that as well. So what we have here is we have color material, roughness, that goes into the dust here, and then we add the value that we have from rust in here to get the roughness. So we could just as easy add everything inside here and get the clear roughness out if we put in the roughness as an input here. So let's do that as well. We have the roughness already as a parameter here, so all we have to do is add it here and add that one. So we can take this, Control C, put it in here by pressing Tab, Control V, so we have it somewhere here. And now we need one value that comes from here, and that should be the roughness. So we get down here and we name this to roughness. And then we use the top value, the value here, as the other one that we added together. And we can clamp these together, and we create something output that is called roughness. And then we know that this is roughness. Very easy to understand. So now we have that out, and we can press Tab, and that means that I now can take the roughness from this one into this one, and then I get the roughness out here without using this add. So I can then just put that roughness on to this here and take that away. So we don't need that anymore. And then we have this one, and that goes from this roughness out to this roughness, and it's just adding the information from that one to this one. So we can have some input roughness here, and then we have an output roughness. So we can do like this, that we just press. We can have this as well. So I just press Control C, take this, press Tab, press Control V. I don't know what's fastest, if it's to copy and paste or if it's to use Shift A, but now we have it. and we need some roughness into this. Now we already have amount roughness. I think I'll go back one step. So I press tab here to see what do we have here. We have amount roughness that we add to this. And then we also have the roughness here. So what we could do, now we should think a bit here, is to put in another item. I think we use this as a roughness in, but we add this as dirt roughness. We call this dirt roughness, and then we call this as a base roughness as an input. Then I think we can explain it easier. So amount roughness, we change that to dirt roughness. So then we know that. And then we have a base roughness as an input. And that we call base roughness. Like that, and then that is connected to this one, and then we have a roughness factor that goes out, and that will then be added with this one instead. So, and then we put the roughness factor out from this. So now we have connected the add inside using this roughness factor, and we have a base roughness, and we can add some extra roughness into this dirt roughness. So now everything is connected here, and we can then press tab and try to get everything good way here. So we have the roughness that comes here, put that into the base roughness here. Then we have a roughness factor that goes out from here, and we don't need that, but we need to see, because now that goes to something else. It goes to this, I think, yes. So then we take the roughness factor to this, and then we can take away that node. So now we have cleared that node away, and we are almost at the end, but we need a base roughness that goes into this to get the roughness out here as well. So we add it inside here. So Control C again. This, we press tab, we go in here, we press Control V. We should have the add up here somewhere. It should not be connected like that. It should be loose. So what we have here, that we need some roughness that is, now we have a roughness that is input here as well, so we press tab to check it. That is also like an extra roughness for edge and wear. So as I did here with dirt roughness, we could call this edge roughness, and then we have a base roughness. So this roughness here will first be called edge roughness. So then we have that in, and then we should have this as a base roughness or input roughness. We can call it base roughness, so we follow the same value. So base roughness is like that, and then we have a roughness out here, and that is the roughness that we connect with this. So we just take that out to this and put that into that, and now we have connected all stuff in here, and we press tab, and then we have a roughness going out, and then we have a roughness going in, so that we can copy to or drag to the base roughness, and the roughness from here we can now drag directly to roughness, and we can take away this one. So now it's getting clearer and clearer here. So now we don't have so much more to do. Let's see what we have left. It's almost just, yeah, we have this. Now the clear coat goes directly, and then we have this mix for the shader that we have from the beginning. It could be so that I would like to change that when we are going through these different things here. So, and I have done that for using the dust here, and then I put that into this, but it could be so that I would like to add that into the next one and to the next one as well, to change things as well, so we get more and more out of the dust if I want to. But now this is only for the dust shader. Not sure if I should do anything. That is why I'm a little bit not structured when I'm talking here, because I'm thinking at the moment what to do. I think we keep it almost as it is right now. We have this little thing here that I don't like, that we add stuff from one place to another. We should not have any add here. And why we use it is because we are using the normal output from the color material in, and we use the dust here, and then we add those values together. Now let's see here. No. Sorry, we add value between the dust and the dirt to get this here, and this is the bump value. So we can use a height map, I think. Yes, so yes, we do that as well. We take away this at least, and after that I think we will be finished, because now my head is turning around a bit here. So what I need from this is not a value out. It should be clear that this is a height map that I'm using. So I go into dust first of all, and then I just create a new input from this value here, that I go down here, and I will call the last one height map, or bump map, I think will be easier to understand. So I call this bump map, and then I just press tab again. So all I've done now is created a new one that I then can use instead of the value here, so I can put that into this value, and then this one disappears. And then I would like this add to go directly into this, and then I need to input bump map here. So I go to dirt here, and I use this as an add for the value out, and then I need a bump map out here. So I just add Shift A, converter, a map, and an add, and I take this first one. That will be the input for the bump map. So I go down, value, and I put this as bump map here. So then we have a bump map. And as an output, it will also be a bump map here. So we call that bump map as well. Bump map. And then we need to add a value here to be certain which of those two I added. I can go to tab. So I come out here, and then I take the bump map here and I add it with a dirt factor. So okay, so it's a dirt factor that is added. So then I go to back again, so select dirt, press tab, and it was the dirt factor. So then I take the result into the add here and put that as a bump map, as I have already done here. So I go tab again, and I double check, and I can see that I use the clamp value. So I go back again and add the clamp value. So now everything is fixed. We have a bump map in, we have a bump map out, and we just need to connect that bump map from the dust into this one, take the bump map out, and put that directly to the height, and then we can take away this. So now we only have the bump maps and the mix shader left here. So no calculation, no add, subtract or something like that. All of that stuff is inside here. We still have a good looking result down here. As I said, I think that will be enough, because this is half an hour cleaning and it's rather structured right now. It's easy to follow, starting with the color material, going to the dust, then to the dirt, then to edge wear and scratches. So if we now need anything from here, it's easy to just let it flow here and come out here, and then we can continue to add like rust and so on in the next chapters. So this looks good, and I just say bye and hope to see you in the next session, so I didn't get rid of you now when we did this boring thing. It's boring, but it's vital to do. Okay, see you in next session. Bye for now.